The Broken Compass. Chapter 1. Lost in the Storm. The rain poured down like there was no tomorrow. Alex stood on the muddy road, his clothes drenched, his backpack soaked, and his only compass broken in two. "This is the last straw," he muttered. Idiom. The last straw. The final small problem that makes a situation unbearable. It felt like life had been playing a cruel joke on him. He had lost his job, his savings, and now the only tool guiding him on his journey was shattered. For the first time in his life, Alex had no direction, literally and figuratively. He whispered to himself, "I'm between a rock and a hard place." Idiom. Between a rock and a hard place. Being stuck in a very difficult situation with no easy way out. The storm grew stronger, lashing against his face, until Alex noticed a faint light in the distance. It flickered like hope itself. Dragging his tired feet through the mud, he finally reached a small hut, hidden among crooked trees. He knocked on the wooden door. An old man opened it. His face was wrinkled like folded paper, but his eyes carried a warmth that could light up even the coldest night. "You're lost," the old man said gently. "Yes," Alex replied. "I've lost my way, and maybe more than that." The old man smiled knowingly. "Sometimes losing your way is the first step to finding it." He invited Alex inside. The small room was lit by a fire, the smell of herbs filling the air. The man offered him tea. As Alex sipped the hot drink, he felt life slowly returning to his tired body. "Why are you travelling?" the old man asked. Alex sighed. "I don't even know anymore. I thought I was chasing freedom, adventure, maybe success. But right now I feel like I'm chasing my own shadow." Idiom. Chasing your own shadow. Wasting effort on something with no result. The old man chuckled softly. "A broken compass may not point north, but sometimes it points you to the people you're meant to meet." Alex looked at him, puzzled. "So you're saying this is fate?" "Call it fate, call it chance," the old man replied. "But every storm carries a lesson. Don't be in such a hurry to find the end of the road. Learn from the journey." That night, Alex lay on the old man's floor, listening to the rain outside. For the first time in weeks, he wasn't afraid. He thought about the man's words. Maybe his broken compass wasn't the end of his journey. Maybe it was the beginning. And so, with a spark of courage, Alex closed his eyes, ready to face whatever the road ahead would bring. Chapter 2. Bread for the Journey. The morning sun peeked through the trees as Alex stepped out of the old man's hut. The storm had passed, leaving the air fresh and the earth glistening. His compass still lay broken in his pocket, but his heart felt lighter. "Remember, young man," the old man had said before Alex left, "every stranger you meet can be a teacher. Keep your eyes open." Alex tightened the straps on his backpack and began walking. The road stretched out like an endless ribbon. After hours of walking, his stomach growled like a restless beast. He hadn't eaten since yesterday, and his legs wobbled from weakness. Finally, he stumbled upon a small village. It was alive with the smell of freshly baked bread and the laughter of children playing near the well. For the first time in days, Alex felt a sense of hope. Outside a small bakery, he saw a woman pulling bread out of a clay oven. Her face was stern, her hands covered in flour, but her eyes carried kindness. "Good morning," Alex said, his voice hoarse. The woman gave him a quick look. "Traveller?" "Yes, I'm on the road, but—" Alex hesitated, embarrassed. "I don't have much money." The woman studied him for a moment, then handed him a warm loaf of bread. "This is on the house," she said. Idiom, on the house, citing free of charge, as a gift from the owner. Alex's eyes widened. "Really? Why?" "Because sometimes a loaf of bread is worth more than gold to a hungry man," she replied. As Alex ate, the woman asked, "So where are you heading?" Alex laughed bitterly. "Nowhere and everywhere. My compass is broken, and so is my plan." The woman chuckled. "Well, don't bite off more than you can chew." Idiom. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Don't take on more responsibility than you can manage. She sat beside him. I once left this village chasing riches in the city. I thought I'd strike gold, live the high life, but instead I ended up working long hours for pennies, sleeping in crowded rooms and crying myself to sleep. In the end, I came back here. Why? Alex asked. Because I realized that sometimes you don't need a full feast to be happy, just a loaf of bread, a roof over your head, and people who care for you. Her words hit Alex like a hammer striking an anvil. He thought about all the years he had chased success, always running, never satisfied.
But didn't people think you failed? Alex asked carefully. The woman shrugged. Maybe, but I learned the hard way that you can't please everyone. If you try, you'll only lose yourself. Alex nodded. He felt as though life itself was speaking to him through this stranger. Before leaving, the woman wrapped another loaf of bread in cloth and handed it to him. Here, for the road. Remember, even when life gives you crumbs, you can still make a meal. Alex bowed his head in gratitude. Thank you. You've given me more than bread today. The woman smiled faintly. The road is long, but as long as you keep walking, you'll find your way. With bread in his bag and a new spark in his heart, Alex left the village. His steps felt firmer, his spirit brighter. For the first time in a long while, he believed that maybe, just maybe, the road ahead wasn't so dark after all. As he walked, he whispered to himself, a broken compass doesn't mean a broken journey. Chapter 3. The Wandering Song. The dusty road stretched ahead like a ribbon through the hills. Alex carried the woman's bread carefully in his bag, each step lighter than before. The air was worn, the birds sang, and the broken compass in his pocket seemed less like a curse and more like a reminder. His path was no longer straight, but it was his. As the sun sank lower, he heard something unusual, a melody drifting on the wind. It was sweet, haunting, almost like the song of a bird calling home. He followed the sound until he saw a man sitting beneath a large oak tree, strumming a battered guitar. His clothes were worn, his hat tilted low, but his voice carried strength. He approached quietly. The man looked up with a grin. Well, look what the cat dragged in. Alex laughed. I guess I do look like a mess. I've been on the road for days. Then sit, the man said, patting the grass. Music sounds better when shared. Alex sat, listening. The man played a lively tune, then a slow, soulful one. Each note seemed to speak words that couldn't be spoken. Where are you heading? Alex asked. The musician shrugged. Nowhere special. I go where the wind takes me. Don't you get tired of wandering without a plan? Alex asked. The man chuckled. Plans are overrated. Sometimes you gotta play it by ear. Alex smiled, but deep inside he felt nervous. I used to have a plan, a big one. I thought I'd conquer the world. But now, I don't even know where I'm going. The musician strummed a few notes, then looked at Alex seriously. You're chasing your tail, friend. Alex lowered his head. You're right. I keep walking, but I feel stuck. The musician tapped his guitar. That's because you're looking for meaning in the wrong places. You think life is all about big wins, but sometimes happiness is hiding in plain sight. He started singing a simple tune. A loaf of bread, a roof overhead, a song to sing, a place for the bed. Don't chase the stars till your feet are sore. Joy is right here, don't look for more. The words felt like medicine to Alex. He thought of the woman who gave him bread, of the storm that had nearly drowned him, and of the compass that no longer pointed anywhere. Maybe joy wasn't in the destination, but in the journey itself. You know, life isn't always a bed of roses, the musician continued. But music makes even the thorns bearable. Whenever I feel down, I just sing and suddenly the weight lifts. Alex nodded. I never thought of it that way. I was always chasing success, and when I didn't find it, I felt like a failure. The man leaned closer. Let me tell you a secret. Success isn't about reaching the top of the mountain. It's about dancing on the path while you climb. If you wait until the end to smile, you'll miss the whole journey. The guitar strummed again, soft and steady. Alex closed his eyes. For the first time in years, he wasn't thinking about the future or the past. He was simply here. When the song ended, Alex opened his eyes. "Thank you. You've given me more than a song. You've given me peace." The musician grinned. "Peace is free, my friend. You just have to listen for it." As Alex stood to leave, the man handed him a small wooden pick for the guitar. "Take this. Whenever life feels too heavy, hum a tune. You don't need an instrument. Your voice will do. Remember, joy is like music. It's meant to be shared." Alex tucked the pick into his pocket beside his broken compass. He smiled as he walked away, the melody still echoing in his ears. The sun dipped behind the hills, painting the sky orange and pink. He whispered to himself, "A broken compass, a loaf of bread, a wandering song. Maybe that's enough to begin again."
Idioms and phrases from Chapter 3. Look what the cat dragged in. Meaning, said humorously when someone appears messy, tired, or arrives unexpectedly. Example, after running in the rain, she walked into the cafe and her friend joked, "Well, look what the cat dragged in." Play it by ear. Meaning, to handle a situation without a fixed plan, improvising as it goes. Example, we didn't book tickets for the trip. We'll just play it by ear. Chasing your tail. Meaning, wasting time and energy trying to do something but getting nowhere. Example, he keeps changing his business ideas every week. He's just chasing his tail. In plain sight. Meaning, something obvious or visible, but often overlooked. Example, the answer to the riddle was hidden in plain sight the whole time. Not a bed of roses. Meaning, life is not always easy or comfortable. Example, starting a new job in a foreign country is not a bed of roses, but it's worth it. The Broken Compass, Chapter 4, The River's Lesson. Alex followed the dirt road until he reached a wide river. The water flowed steadily, shimmering under the afternoon sun. Villagers gathered at the bank, washing clothes and fishing. One old fisherman, sitting by a wooden boat, waved at Alex. "Traveller, you look lost," the fisherman said with a warm smile. Alex sighed. "I suppose you could say that. My life feels stuck. No matter what I try, I end up spinning in circles." The fisherman chuckled. "Oh, you mean you're going around in circles." Idiom, going around in circles. Meaning, to keep making no progress despite effort. Example, he's been fixing his car all day, but keeps going around in circles. Alex nodded. "Exactly. My compass is broken, and my direction in life feels the same." The fisherman tapped the water with his paddle. "Look at this river. It never stops moving forward. Even when rocks block it, it finds another way. That's why we say, go with the flow." Idiom, go with the flow. Meaning, to relax and accept situations instead of fighting against them. Example, on vacation, we didn't plan much. We just went with the flow. Alex sat beside him. "But isn't that dangerous? If I only go with the flow, won't I drift without purpose?" The fisherman laughed softly. "Not if you remember, the river flows somewhere. Life may push you, but you must also guide your boat. Balance both." Alex thought about this. For the first time, he felt a calm he hadn't known in months. Then the fisherman stood and pointed across the river. "See that boy learning to fish? He keeps pulling too fast. That's why we tell him, don't jump the gun." Idiom, jump the gun. meaning to act too soon before the right moment. Example: she jumped the gun and answered the question before the teacher finished speaking. The boy pulled his net too early and caught nothing. Alex smiled. The lesson was clear. Later, as the sun set, Alex prepared to leave. He thanked the fisherman. The fisherman replied, "Remember, life is a mixed bag. Some days are good, some are bad, but each has a purpose." Idiom: a mixed bag. Meaning: a combination of both good and bad things. Example: the holiday was a mixed bag. Great weather but terrible hotels. Alex walked away with new energy. He realized he had been fighting life instead of moving with it. The river had taught him patience, timing, and flow. Idioms in Chapter 4. Going around in circles, making no progress. Go with the flow, accept and adapt. Jump the gun, act too soon. A mixed bag, combination of good and bad things. The broken compass, Chapter 5. The mountain path. Alex's journey took him away from the river and toward a tall mountain. The air grew thinner and every step felt heavier. Halfway up the rocky path, he met an old woman carrying firewood. She looked at him carefully. "You look tired, traveler. What brings you here?" Alex answered honestly. "I'm trying to rebuild my life, but I feel like I'm carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders." Idiom: carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. Meaning: to feel responsible for too many problems at once. Example: since becoming manager, she feels like she's carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders. The old woman chuckled. "Climbing this mountain isn't about speed, it's about endurance. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day." Idiom: Rome wasn't built in a day. Meaning: important things take time. Example: don't expect to learn a language overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day. Alex nodded, but his legs trembled. "I'm exhausted. I don't know if I can finish this climb." The woman pointed to a stone bench under a tree. "Rest a little. Sometimes you must take a breather before pushing forward." Idiom: take a breather. Meaning: to pause and rest for a short time. Example: after running for an hour, we stopped to take a breather. As Alex rested, she shared one last lesson. Life is like climbing a mountain. If you keep looking only at the peak, you'll feel overwhelmed. But if you take it step by step, one day you'll realize you've reached the top. That's what we call one step at a time. Idiom: one step at a time. Meaning: to do something slowly and steadily, focusing on small progress. Example: he is recovering from his injury one step at a time. With renewed strength, Alex stood up, bowed to the woman, and continued climbing. Conclusion: the true compass. Days later, Alex reached the summit. The view stretched endlessly. Villages, rivers, valleys, all the places he had walked through. He realized something powerful. The compass he had lost was never truly broken. It was inside him all along. His choices, his patience, his lessons. As the wind brushed against his face, he whispered, "Life may throw me off track, but I can always find my footing." Idiom: find your footing. Meaning: to regain stability or confidence after difficulty. Example: after moving to a new country, it took her time to find her footing. Alex began his descent not with a broken compass, but with a heart full of direction. Idioms and phrases from Chapter 5 plus conclusion. Carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. Feel responsible for everything. Rome wasn't built in a day. Big goals take time. Take a breather. Rest briefly. One step at a time. Slow, steady progress. Find your footing. Regain stability or confidence. Find yourself. Discover your true identity or purpose.